Adam Vinatieri, the Colts kicker, is within 35 field goals, 166 points of passing. Morton Anderson for both records, all-time list. I believe 1-for-1 as a quarterback as well, and it was a touchdown. Adam Vinatieri, the Colts kicker, future Hall of Famer, joins us. What do you remember about that touchdown pass?
Well, thank goodness for me that was an uncovered kind of a hideout take field goal situation. So I guess for me, I can't say that's a difficult one. When there's nobody standing there, you just have to make an easy pass. Maybe that makes it more difficult. But thank goodness it was online. Troy Brown caught it, stepped into the end zone, and I guess the rest was history. My quarterback ranking is better than most of the guys out there, so it's a good thing.
Do you remember the last time you thought your job was in jeopardy?
I feel like my job's in jeopardy every single week, and maybe that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me moving in the right direction. There's a million kids out there that would love to have my job, and there's only 32 positions out there. So I go to work every day assuming that if I don't do my job well, they'll find a way to replace me with somebody else. So even if there's not anybody in camp or in the meeting room or during the season, if I'm the only kicker on the team, that doesn't mean that they're a phone call away. So that's the way I always look at it. I try to go to work every day and do the best I can, and hopefully the consistency of doing a good job keeps me around a little longer.
But you came in signed as a free agent, and I'm wondering if the expectation level at that position, we saw Sebastian Janikowski as a first-round draft pick, and he's lived up to that billing. But then you just saw Tampa Bay get rid of Roberto Aguayo, second-round pick. So how different is that to come in as a undrafted kicker as opposed to, hey, we actually went up in the draft to get you as a second-round draft pick, adding even more pressure to that position? How does that affect you?
Well, you're right. You might have a little more pressure if you're a high draft choice. I think everybody probably expects you to come out and do well right from the get-go. But our position's a little different. I don't think there's a whole lot of growing time involved with us. I think if you're a safety or a quarterback or this or that, they kind of expect you to learn the system for a year or two and kind of groom you into that. I think as a punter or kicker, they expect you to do a good job right away. And if not, there's a long list of people that they can call to do that. So I wouldn't know what it feels like to be drafted first or second round. I never was, so I can't speak on that side. But I still feel like as an undrafted free agent my rookie year, I felt like they didn't have anything invested in me. So if I didn't do a good job, it'd be real easy to replace me and find somebody else. So I think this league's built on plenty of pressure, no matter if you're a high draft choice, if you're a free agent. I think they're always looking to find the best player and the best guy at a certain position. And sometimes it's, hey, if this guy's cheaper than that guy, maybe we save some salary cap room. But I think at the end of the day, most teams want the best guy at whatever position. And then they have to figure out, how to make it work in the salary cap. But for us kickers, I don't think even if you're the lowest guy on the salary list or the highest kicker in the league, our money doesn't really affect the salary cap too terribly much. So I think they try to go get the best player, that they can, and hope that this person puts a lot of points and makes a lot of scores and makes a lot of kicks that help their team win games.
He's Adam Vinatieri, the Colts kicker, joining us, Stan Patrick Show. We had this debate yesterday. Would you rather be a starting place kicker, a Pro Bowl place kicker, or a backup quarterback in the NFL for your career?
I would definitely say a kicker. I want to be on the field. I don't know about having my hat on backward and a bag of sunflower seeds and holding a clipboard. No disrespect to any of those guys. It's probably a great position, but there's something about being on the field and helping my team win games, for me. Now, if it was being a kicker or being the starting quarterback, now I got to think about that one a little bit, because that's a pretty awesome role to be in if you're good enough to do it.
Did you take it personally when your days with the Patriots were over, like that they moved on, or they, I know it's business, but you're everything you did for that team, and you win Super Bowls and playoff games, and how can you not take it personally?
I think the older I get and the more removed from it I get, the more I realize business is business. I felt at the time that I still had some good years left, and wanted to make sure that they saw it. I went through a couple of 1-year franchise tag things, and I just wanted a little bit more, show me a little love and explain that I can be around for a while. And so I think that was the underlining thing that kind of kept us from moving on together. But, I look back at it, I have all the love in the world and admiration for that staff, the owner, Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, and the whole staff and the players. I mean, I still have a lot of friends that played on, only one or two now that are still on the team, but a lot of guys that have moved on and retired that these guys are my brothers, just like anybody else, my real family or guys here at the Colts. I mean, it's pretty neat fraternity being on teams that have won Super Bowls together. So no matter where I'm at and wherever I go, I still have a lot of admiration for that organization.
Do you think Brady retires a Patriot?
I would assume that will be the case, yeah.
but he would be the one to survive because you've gotten rid of Pro Bowl Ty Law and Lawyer Malloy and you run down the list there guys who didn't last there. But do you think Brady is the anomaly that they have to keep him in a Patriot uniform for as long as he wants to play?
Well, I look at it this way. He's not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. I mean, the guy keeps on just having, amazing year after amazing year, keeps on, stats after stats. I mean, I know Coach Belichick and that staff is the type of people that if that changed, they're probably not afraid of moving in a different direction. But I don't see Tom backing down anytime soon. He just keeps on doing amazing things, and that organization is extraordinarily lucky to have him as their quarterback running that team for as long as they have. Who
plays longer, you or Tom Brady?
I don't know how many more he looks like he could play another 10 years. I'm not sure how many more he wants. I think I got a couple years on him on the front end, so I'm hoping I can get a couple more years. So that means he's got to play at least another 5 or 6. So we'll see. We'll see what he can do. We'll see how many more I got. But I don't have any wants to settle down or retire anytime soon either. So no matter how many he's got to keep going a few more until I'm done.
If you had a passing contest right now, you against Andrew Luck, who's winning?
Andrew probably. I haven't been watching his stuff, but I'm not by any means. I'm not as good as any NFL quarterback out there. No matter if they're coming off of injuries and rehabbing back, I think he's probably better left-handed than I would ever be right-handed.
Adam, congrats on the success so far, and good luck this upcoming season. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
That's Adam Vinatieri.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.